You always held yourself back from the expression of your being for that woman, and you were afraid of rejection the entire time, and so she kept rejecting you. But when you accept rejection and you go fully, you stop rejecting yourself. And so you keep trying to run away from that fact and figure out ways to titrate your being so she doesn't reject you. And I'm like, go fully for the girl, go with her to the extent that you actually want her, let your desire be felt. And if she rejects that, she rejects that. But this time when she rejects it, you will feel a level of completion inside of you because you wouldn't have rejected yourself in the process. This is the same thing with your clients. You don't let your clients feel the full weight of your genius, of your being. And all of a sudden they go, oh, something is off, because they just read it in their body as something is not complete. It's not congruent. And when someone's nervous system registers that from you, they push you away. I don't care about the outcome. I want you to reclaim a piece of your soul that powers your life going forward.
Ladies, this is between us, ne? Eating and chilling. These are the three types of men that you need to run away from, ne? Baleg. Number one is a man who doesn't have a relationship with God. If he doesn't have a relationship with God, there's no higher standard that is guiding his choices. It's fine for him. Every day is fine for him. If a relationship, baleg. Two is a man who doesn't have self-control, or self-discipline. This is a man who cannot control his desires. If he must do something. You need to have a self-controlled man. A man who's self-disciplined, who knows what he wants and who knows what he's doing. Baleg, if he doesn't have that. Number three is a man who disrespects the people around him. If he can't respect his mother or his sisters, go and go in. Balega, please, for your own good.
And another thing is that a lot of modern women don't like to take accountability. And a man can't live with you if that's the way that you think. There's nothing that I can do about that. There's nothing that I want to do about that. I can be at home, chilling, taking it easy. Why would I want to sit there and be bothered with you? Why would I want to sit there and have stupidity hanging around me? That's something that we got to figure out. That's the thing that we have to look for. Why would I want to be bothered with somebody that don't know how to act? And when they don't know how to act, they're looking at me like I didn't do something wrong, instead of taking accountability.
Tell her to pick me up now.
You don't tell me what the to do no more, bro.
Thank you. Fucking right.
Look at this crazy. Stop! Oh, I'll be chill out, bro.
So she's outside the house, so she's not in any danger. She picks something up and tries to break the door down with it. Doesn't work. She breaks the glass and goes inside the house. Clearly, watching that video, you would think that something's wrong with this girl, that she's crazy. She's the aggressor. Not according to the comments. Let's take a look at a few of the comments. Before you judge her, know her side of the story. Okay, kinda wanna hear her side. All right, my question is, what did he do? This is only an issue when the woman is the victim. But if the man is the victim, let's find out what he did to make her act aggressively towards him.
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video.
Because if there's all these women, but also this dating and relationships is a topic for women. They get together to talk about this. And I think also, like, we do this all the time. We've talked about this. Where are the single men? And like you just said it, I've said this a million times. I don't know. Even as a single man, like I'm
a single guy friend.
I don't even know where they would be on the show of like, where are these guys? Because if there's all these women, but also this dating and relationships is a topic for women. They get together to talk about this. This is something that men just don't generally get together and talk about. So it might not be as, in the atmosphere for me,
to that level, right? It's, I think dating and relationships seems more like a priority for a lot of women. Just societally, they've been told that that's something they should be thinking about from, 21 years old is like what their future is and who their husband's going to be and what they're getting. I don't think men are given that pressure. If a man goes home for the holidays, he's asked about his job. He's asked about what's going on at work. He's not necessarily most of the time being asked about who he's dating. I think that's a question that women are getting a lot more, and that they're much more invested in finding a partner than a lot of men are around, at least men in a similar age group.
It's funny how modern women continue to go down a checklist standards He needs to be this. He needs to do that. I don't even freaking care. I really don't like a man that's 6 foot. I really don't care for a man that's got 6 figures. Great. That's a starting point. You really, honestly and truly, we can put the visual preferences out of the way. A lot of these modern women need to work on their attitudes. You need to be looking for a man that's going to help you with your attitude. And you going to listen to his direction, and you going to listen to his guidance. I don't care if you get a man that's 6 foot. I don't care if you get a man that's 5 foot. Those men need to be helping you work on your mouth, work on the way on accountability, responsibility, integrity. There's so many more things that modern women are completely and utterly terrible at, that they need a man's assistance.
Today we have your girl's friends matter. They matter a hell of a lot more than most of you think, and that's because birds of a feather flock together. As soon as you meet a woman and you're thinking about taking her seriously, the first thing you need to do is get around her friends. Because if her friends, they're the 5 of them, that tells you exactly who your girl is behind closed doors. Because birds of a feather flock together, fellas. And this is the counsel. If you're going to have a relationship with this woman, these women are going to be who your girl goes and talks to when she needs advice. Whether you like it or not. They're going to influence her decisions. They're going to end up influencing how they see you. And if your girl's friends are a big group of gossipy, chances are they're not going to be giving her some good advice that's in the best interest of a successful relationship. Especially if none of them have a successful relationship. Because what are they giving advice off of? Experiences and getting dick down and dumped and like that ain't gonna help your relationship. And misery loves company, last but not least. If your girl is friends with a bunch of who are just miserable, blame men for everything, can't hold a guy down because they're out here on some street activities, chances are they're gonna try to put that onto your girl, especially if the relationship's going good. Women love to see someone do good, but never better than that. A lot of women. So your girl's friends matter a lot more than you think. So make sure she's got some good ones. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk today, and I'll see you at the same time again tomorrow.
The day I changed my thinking from, look at all the things that he's doing and he's not doing. Lord, please fix him. The day I changed from that into, I wonder what it is that he needs me to do. I wonder what kind of wife he needs me to be. God, please help me be the wife that he needs me to be. Turning point.
And what's funny is a lot of these modern women will go down a list of things that they expect a man to do. And then they'll be like, oh, if he doesn't do this, then he's getting chopped. Oh, he's getting cut and all that. And so a man might go a couple of weeks, or it used to be months on end, trying to do the things for you, but you're unappreciative of them is essentially what it comes down to. She might drag a man on doing things, simping for her, basically, at that point. It'd be one thing if she was actually reciprocating and she was giving him that same type of energy back or similar, right? At least dump me a bone, do something for me. But you're not doing any of that. And so you got him in there 3-4 months deep doing for you, and you waiting on somebody else to come scoop you up. You hoping that the dude that you actually want gonna come and get you, gonna show you some interest. And he doesn't. And that's how modern women lose their position in dating. They'll try to hold on to somebody else thinking, oh, he gonna be here forever, trying to get this other person. And if I don't get this other person, I still have him over here. And I'll just keep on doing the same thing over and over again until I find somebody that I actually like. And then when it's time for me to break it to them, I'll talk to the group and they'll say some stupid stuff. Well, you know, it was never meant to be. I've been feeling this way over the past 2 or 3 weeks. Lying. You've been feeling this way over the past 3 to 5 years. You just been messing around with me because that other man didn't want you. Now, when you look like you have the opportunity, you're going to run to him. Once again, the problem is you're going to run to him. He's going to pump you, dump you, and you're going to send you on back to me. And you don't want me to handle your foolishness. But I'm not. But that's the way modern women think. I'm going to keep him on the hook, keep him running around and chasing me while I chase this other man. And when after 10 years, that man that I want don't want me, and I'm clear on that, I'm hoping that the man that I kept on putting on the back burner still wants.
I have a genuine question. Where are the guys? Like, where are like the real men, the strong men? Because I went outside to clear the snow off my car, and I needed to clear the snow in front of my car, which was even more snow, so I could be able to drive out when needed. And I asked my neighbor for the shovel. I saw him outside. He apparently had already cleared the snow off his car, and he let me borrow it. So I'm thinking, okay, cool. We're having a little small talk. Then I'm gonna, keep it moving. I'm trying to like warm up. This is my pre-workout before I go to the gym, Next thing you know, he's telling me his whole entire work history while I'm shoveling. Like, he's just watching me shovel the entire time. And I'm just like, dude, like, it would be really kind, right? To even at least offer. And I feel like I've witnessed an experience oftentimes in the last several weeks, instances where men are just not kind, not gentlemen, not helpful. And I'm just like, and it's made me even think about when it comes to in this liberation movement, the lack of seeing men even out in the streets or out in those spaces, and I'm just like, what happened to the strong men? The ones that are out there wanting to like help, be like men. So if you're a dude, like really like think about that, we need more men out here, period.
I think also one of the things that men have a real big problem with, or one of the things that they run into is in darn near every disagreement, there's gaslighting. If a man says, I feel like this, and she says, well, I feel like that. Okay. Or are we on different pages? Instead of agreeing to disagree, she goes into calling him a narcissist. She goes into calling him, you're not as emotionally intelligent as I am. You're not as emotionally stable as I am. Right? Shame, insult, guilt, and the need to be right. This is what we're running into with a lot of these modern women. And so when you're saying, how come a man doesn't come approach me anymore? How come a man doesn't really want to date anymore? This is what men are talking about. The juice isn't worth the squeeze. Looks fine. Juice looks great. Fantastic. Looks like it's good. But it isn't worth the trouble. I don't know if they really cleaned it properly. I don't know if it's been purified properly. So I'm not going to go over there and drink it. Oh, well, you scary. Maybe. But I'm staying alive.
Good men get fumbled too. Nobody talks about that. We talk constantly about how men need to step up, how men need to lead, how we got to be better. And all that's true. But we don't talk enough about men who actually did the work, the men who showed up and provided and protected and communicated and stayed loyal and still got played. Because a lot of women are praying for a good man while holding on to the habits they learned from a toxic one. And when a good man finally shows up, he doesn't feel like peace. He feels like boredom because you're so used to that chaos, that stability now feels like something is wrong. So you start picking fights, testing him, looking for the catch. And eventually you push away the exact thing you prayed for because you didn't do the healing required to keep it. He was consistent. He was present. He loved without a highlight reel. And what you call boring was actually just a man who wasn't performing for you. He was just keeping it real, and real is rare. So he got quiet, got focused, got to work. Because a man who knows his value, he doesn't audition for a second chance with somebody who already had the front row seat and still chose the cheap seats. Now she's comparing everybody to him. Every man she meets gets measured against a standard she didn't appreciate until it was gone. A good man can give you the world, but he can't heal the trauma that makes you rejected. And the most dangerous thing a fumbled good man becomes isn't bitter. It's selective, because now he knows exactly what he brings to the table and exactly what kind of woman deserves a seat at all. So stop asking God for a high value man if you're still operating with a low value mindset. Good men get fumbled every day by women who are ready to be loved right.
Modern women seem to have no issue, not one single issue. I don't have an issue telling a man what he needs to be, where he needs to go, how he needs to dress, what he needs to wear, the whole 9 yards. Got a list of things, a diary of things, a group chat. The notes app is full, and that's one note. They go to another note and say, okay, he's passed maybe 10, 15 things that I want. And now that he's passed these 10, 15 things, here's another 5, 10 things. And now that he's passed those, going into my perfect man, because this was a decent man. Now this is a good man. And now this is a perfect man. And I'm manifesting a perfect man. And now he has to pass, mind you, he's passed what, 10, 15, and now he's down to 5, 10, and now he has to go through 1 to 5 things. Like, you gotta go through 1 to 5 of these things and get him right to be my perfect man. And if you're ultra perfect, this one teensy tiny thing you gotta do. And that's what's clearing a lot of men out of the dating market. They go through the 10 to 15, the 5 to 10, the 1 to 5. But then they say, oh shoot, I'm almost there. Who's going to be that one man? I know he's got to be out there, and I'm not going to settle for less. I'm not going to let a good man keep me from my husband. And you actually stay single because that man that was actually perfect for you, that performed the things, the 5 things, the top 5 things that you wanted. You say, okay, now there's one thing, that 1%, that 2%. I want that last 2%. It's got to be there. And you've ruined your chances at having a good companion.
Men, are you actually dating or married to a high value woman, or are you just attracted to her? I don't know how many times I've heard this, that they say she's high value because she's a nice body, good teeth and bone structure and nice hair, and she goes to the gym. That's not what makes her high value at all. What makes her high value are these 5 qualities. So if she has these 5 qualities, then keep her. Number 1, she is respectful of you even when you're not around. So she doesn't throw you under the bus to her friends. That is respect. And number 2, when she gets upset, she can regulate her emotions instead of escalate them. That is emotional maturity. Number 3, when a better option comes up, does she stay grounded in her choice? Because that is loyalty. It's easy to keep saying yes when things are good. But what happens when things get hard and a better option pops up? You just change your mind? That's not loyalty. Number 4, when something bothers her, does she communicate maturely? Does she communicate her needs and her desires, or does she pull away and avoid? That'll tell you whether she is going to build with you or not. Number 5, when no one is watching, do her actions still match up with what she says she values? That is integrity, because this is where most men mess up. They choose based on what they see and what they feel, the chemistry, the looks, the vibe, instead of choosing based on character. Don't miss the character, because a high value woman shows up. She's consistent, even when it costs her something and even when it's uncomfortable. If you feel like you could use more help in this area, then you can book a call with me, the link in my bio. This is the work that I do.
You know, here's what a lot of men are realizing. You're not really dating her alone, right? These modern women, and I don't mind it so much as you keep it respectful, but their group chat acts as a board of approval. Like they act as if, oh, you're not just dating me, you're dating my friends, and I have 2 best friends, I have my sister, and whoever else is in the group chat. People that you've never even met, people that you don't even know. They have their own trauma, they have their own issues. A man might send a good morning text at 9 a.m. She'll go over here, screenshot it, send it to the thread, and by noon, they sitting up here talking about, well, I got an opinion on it, this, and all this other not, and it don't have nothing to do with what happened. Oh, well, my man, if I had a man, you don't have a man, exactly, but he would have sent it at 8:30. My man would have sent it at 4. And there's a whole bunch of stuff going on that should not be going on. You're getting opinions from people that don't even know how to be in a relationship. They don't, let alone a successful one, let alone even seen one, that's been successful, let alone even. Let's
quit trying to get that back, dog. If you spent more time chasing your money, getting smart, getting more educated, becoming the best version of yourself, and taking all of that energy that you putting on her, trying to get her back, and put it into you trying to get back to a better version of yourself, you will be a lot further. But you rather sit there and chase after a person who don't want to be with you no more. You rather sit there and beg for this woman to give you another chance. You rather sit there and beg for this woman to see value within you. You rather sit there and hope that the gods in the universe persuade her mind to see that you are the best man for her and y'all supposed to be together. You delusional fucker. You stand in this situation on purpose. You stand in this situation by choice. You stand in this situation not because you have to, because you think that you got to, because your value is so fucking low and you don't see who you are outside of this person, and it leaves you stuck in this vicious cycle of this woman rejecting you mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and it's leaving you broken as if you took just a small percentage of that energy and put it into yourself, dog, your life would be so much better right now. But keep chasing her. Keep trying to get her to change her mind. Keep hoping that she'll be different. Keep hoping that she'll come back to you when she bouncing on the right now. You stupid fuck, love yourself, respect yourself, and walk away and become better. Send me a DM if you want some one-on-one help.
You know, I think another thing that men are realizing is that modern women really they're not actually real. I mean, I know we have catfishing, and a lot of times that refers to the physical appearance of somebody, but you also have to look at the personality of who they are, right? A lot of these modern women put out an aesthetic. Well, I do this, or I'm this, I'm that way, and they say what they do even on their profile. But then you actually get in real life and you see that they're a little bit different person. Sometimes it's not like, oh, they're toxic, yada, yada, yada. It's just that you're not really the person that you said that you were, or, you know, you kind of led somebody to believe in your dating profile, right? And sometimes it can become maintenance for the dude. You know, modern women want you, so they'll say a certain thing because that's what they want to do, which is fine. But sometimes you're just not there. You got to work to get there. But you as a man, she says she's on board with you, but you're actually coming into her plan. You're actually doing the things, living the life and all that stuff, talking and speaking and dressing how she wants you to dress. So whenever she's saying all that online, you're gonna have to get in line with that and maintain that. If we need a car, if we need to go get a certain type of coffee every day. Oh, I don't like Starbucks. Starbucks is sold last year. Let's go to Pete's Coffee or Dutch Bros or something like that. Oh, we don't shop at Walmart. We only go to Target. You know, that type of stuff. So she can tell her friends, this is the lifestyle that I live. But that's not really you. This is another element that men have to deal with. You might be cute, but the way that you handle yourself is fake.
The men are scared, women are scared, everybody's scared. But a man's fear is not expressed the same way a woman's fear is expressed. Women can be scared. Like, we're women, we're supposed to be soft and scary. But a man's fear translates into anger. When I post my videos and I be talking about what men should do for women, treating them well and buying them stuff, taking them places, the comments be insane. But I'm starting to realize a pattern. The comments are men who have gotten hurt and probably have done all the things. They treated a woman right. They took her places. They bought her things, and she broke his heart. So now, instead of saying, I'm scared, I don't ever want to feel that feeling again, she messed me up, it translates into anger. F women, y'all gold diggers, I'm never doing that again. All y'all care about is money. What you gonna do for me? Are you able to reciprocate? These are all things that stem from, I've been hurt. I tried to be this man that you're describing and I got played, so I'm never gonna feel that feeling again. But instead of saying that, they call us crazy.
And you have a lot of modern women that talk about the mental load and men, emotional labor and all these other things and words that they've come up with. And I get it. I really do understand it. But we don't really ever hear the other side of the coin, where you have a man that's, talking about all of the labor that he has to deal with. Because every single time he has to deal with something, well, that's just what a man's supposed to do. And he's not supposed to complain about it. It's just supposed to be what it is. And when a man gets the benefit of the doubt, then all of a sudden, well, how come he gets that? I do that every day. Right, but there's a lot of things that men do every day. And people are like, yeah, that's what you're supposed to be doing. Man, I go to work every day. I work 12 hours. Yeah, you're supposed to work hard, provide for your family. Yeah, but 12 hours a day, though? Yeah. What would you say if I was working 15 hours a day? A little bit more stressful, but yeah, you're supposed to be providing for your family. What would you say if I was working 18-hour days and really I only had time to eat, sleep? Well, not even sleep. I had time to, when I come home, I'm literally like wolfing my food. I'm dumping the plate in my mouth. I don't have no time. Jump in the shower. I have no time to watch no TV. I'm in the bed. Up the next day. I don't have a lot of time to do anything. I don't have any free time. Sounds hard, but you're a man. You have a strong back. That's what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be providing for your family at all costs. Men used to go to war. I don't know if you remember that. That's what they would say to a man. And, great for you. Yeah, he worked 18-hour days. That is, wow. That's a lot. But, once again, that's what you're supposed to be doing. You're a man. And if you're complaining about that, you're not a real man. And so why is it any different when you have to do what a woman does? Congratulations. Thank you for that. But now you have to fulfill your responsibilities in a relationship the same way a man does.